Hi, this is Gene Coons with Vashon Island Tree Houses and Farm on Vashon Island, Washington. So today I'm gonna go through the raspberry patch a little bit here and show you what you do to clean up the raspberry patch and make it so it works good. So there's a few different ways to train a raspberry patch. This is how we do it. We've got posts about every 12 feet or so, and each post has two low wires and two high wires on them. And these wires are probably about 16 to 18 inches apart here. And the goal is to keep all of the raspberries contained within those two sets of wires. In the spring with these type of raspberries, or in the winter, you could do it in the winter too, but for me it's easier in the spring. You go through and you look at the canes that bore fruit last year, and these canes will be dead. They're not going to bear anymore, so you can cut them off at the bottom. So what I like to do in the spring is go through my patch, take out any weeds that I might have. We have this blackberry. This is a native blackberry. It's a dewberry that likes to come just about anywhere. I take that out. Here's a Himalaya blackberry that's not a native. I also take that out. Here's one that's coming from the side of our garden. We'll get that out. And then I look for any dead canes. These dead canes are the ones that bore fruit last year. And so I will take those out, cutting them right at the base. And then the other canes that are, some of these are super tall, I will bend them down and attach them to the top wire. So after we're done here, we'll have a number of canes attached to the top wire, a few canes attached to the bottom wire, but everything contained in, and all of the dead out and all the weeds out. So let's get started. All right, so here we go, starting to trim out the dead cane. I just put things on the side for now in a pile. These are pretty easy to determine which ones are the dead ones. Not a big deal. A few more of these out, and then I'll show how I attach. You can attach them in a lot of different ways. Use wire, rope, whatever. My kids got me a tool that I really like to use, so I'll be using that today. Yeah, these are really starting to come to life. Get a little warmth in the spring, and they really start to put out leaves. Pretty soon they'll be putting out blossoms. And then the fruit comes. We're still using raspberries that we've put in the freezer from last year. We're still using them today, and it's almost April. It's March 28th. So you can see how this is cleaning up. Pretty soon, only have the live ones in here. You'll also look for ones that kind of escaped your boundary. As you noticed, we use the black weed barrier. Really like that stuff. Keeps everything neat and tidy for our raspberry patch, but every once in a while they will go beyond, and then you got to take care of them. You can dig them up and plant them, obviously, or give them away. A lot of people like raspberries but don't have them. There's a big dead one. That actually has some green in there. I might leave that one about that high and see what happens. Some of those big ones have a lot of life in them yet. We'll see what happens with them. And I do go right to the ground with the dead ones. You just got to be careful that you don't cut any new shoots that are coming out. This is also a good time to do a little spring feeding. Go ahead and give them some compost. All right, so we'll stop there. This is the tool that my kids gave me that works really good. So you basically bend over, push, get it wrapped around everything, and it puts a staple in it and cuts it at the same time. You press it down again and it grabs another one, and you can just keep on going. Like that. So we'll get these going a couple different directions. Make sure they're inside. All right, so after everything's trimmed up, this is what your patch will look like. Pretty neat and tidy, and these shoots will grow out 5 or 6 inches and then they'll have fruit on them. So easy way to pick.